Hello everyone and welcome to the final round of the 2019.1 South African simGP series at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. And we're currently watching Bongi Mabhida in the RPM Netcare entry in the number 92 car. And no one has set a flying lap yet in this qualifying session, just over 12 minutes remaining. And I do apologize if I've sounded a bit different this evening. I'm not feeling too great this evening, but I'm going to do my best. And as they say in the classics, the show must go on. A big welcome to everybody filing into the YouTube live chat. Great to have you with us. And we will crown a champion this evening. And it will be this man, Bongi Mabhida's teammate, Leslie Oliphant. All he really needs to do is finish the race. And he will be the 2019.1 South African simGP Series Drivers Champion. His second simGP title after winning the 2018.1 championship. Gabriel Rousseau, in fact, won the 2018.2 simGP Series. And it's great to have Rousseau back in the championship. He is racing this evening in this Division 1 race. And let's see how he gets on. But back to the timing board now. Daniel Haynes now for Volante Racing has drawn first blood here this evening. He is on provisional pole position with 49.881. In fact, he's in the pits. Yes, he is. Here he is now. And Bongi Mabhida in second, just 2/10 off him. And then Daniel Haynes' brother Timothy in third position for Ghostworks with a 53.368. And while we look at the board, I'll get the timing app, the tyre app as well running. There it is. So everybody on the soft tyre, as you would expect. So if you just look towards the left of the timing board there, you'll see a lot of the S's. That's S for the soft tyre. And it's going to be interesting to see what tyre the drivers opt for at the start, and what they opt for perhaps their second or third stints, depending on how many pit stops they do. Timothy Haynes now 2/10 up in his best delta, looking to challenge Bongi Mabhida for second. Nice under braking now, finds another 10th, looking for another 10th once again. Sanji challenge now, Daniel Haynes perhaps for provisional pole position. No, he does a 49.985, just a 10th off brother Daniel there. Can Bongi Mabhida respond? He's found a 10th up through Eau Rouge. Up the hill now towards Les Lecom. Now on the way to turn 10. And Gabriel Rousseau now pops up into third position for Ghostworks. Oh, it's so close there up at the top. Well, just 2/10 separating the top four. 4/10 to Rudy Murray in fifth position. Lawrence Sterner now, always somewhat of a dark horse there, pops up into sixth position. Daniel Haynes now about to start another flying lap. Looks like he's always interesting start to the flying lap there. Good exit out of the final corner for a good blast down the main straight to get his lap underway, and he's found 2/100ths of a second. Daniel now finding a 10th as he approaches Eau Rouge. What's Timothy doing? He's on an outlap, it looks like, and Rousseau's found a 10th as well. So it's all going down here with 7 minutes remaining. Daniel Haynes' pole position not safe at all at this stage. Daniel now almost finding 2 tenths already. Gabriel's found 3 tenths. Wow, Gabriel will go to pole position if he can just get it right on a braking. He doesn't do it. Commentator's curse there, I think. Oh, it destroys all his good work. He'll be annoyed with that. That was pole position in the bag, I think. Or for the moment, anyway. But Daniel Haynes are coming on strong, finding 3 tenths of a second. And Daniel now approaches some traffic. Who was that? That was Raymond Duggan, doing very well to get out the way. Good stuff there by Raymond Duggan and the Black Widow Racing team. But here comes Daniel Haynes now to further cement his pole position campaign. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can. Beautifully. Finds another 10th of a second. Looking for good drive now. Gentle on the throttle. Wow, he's going to go 4 tenths quicker. 49.455. Take that, everybody else. And here comes Timothy Haynes. He's found a 10th as well. I think the track's coming to the drivers as well. So expect the times to plummet. With 5 minutes remaining. Gabriel's on an outlap. What's Bongi Mabita doing? He is 4 tenths slow for the moment. Timothy not quite on pace with Daniel at the moment. Let's go and see what the others are doing. Rudy Marais had a big off there. Leslie Oliphant, the man on his way to win the Drivers' Championship. All he needs to do really is finish this race. If he doesn't finish the race, the championship will go to, we'll have a look at that just now. Leslie Oliphant now about square with his best delta. Looking for something special now. Nice, slightly improves. Bit too fast into that last corner. Wow, what a corner that was. Found a 10th of a second straight away. Through Blanchimont we go now. On the end of the chicane. Oliphant's found. Oh! Found a 10th and a half. Maybe I should stop talking when the drivers get to that point of the track. Daniel's in the pits. Timothy is not quite going faster. Let's watch Rousseau now. And Rousseau is looking for half a second to challenge Daniel Haynes for pole position. Bongi Babida now up into second with a 49.903. Splits the two Haynes. On board with Gabriel. Through Stavolo. Oh, he's found great time there. 2.5 tenths. And Gabriel will find 3 tenths a second to go second. Just 3 tenths short of Daniel Haynes with 3 minutes remaining. Daniel Haynes, I think he's called it for this session. It's comfortable. And, Timothy Haynes on an outlap. Rudy Murray looking to improve. Looking for a tenth of a second. Go through the order to see if anybody else is improving. There's the Oliphant. He's on a flyer. Slightly improved, starting this lap. And Oliphant does not improve that time run. Gabriel now has found a tenth and a half. Needs another 10th, and he could be challenging Daniel Haynes for pole position. So Will Rousseau upsets Haynes' party here at the death. I think it's going to be incredibly close. Comes Gabriel now, looking for 2/10 now under braking. Will he get it? Oh, he's found it, has he? Oh, and he's a good driver to this corner now. It's going to be incredibly close, and Rousseau goes pole position. Wow, by a tenth of a second at the death. Welcome back, Gabriel Rousseau. Wow. And we're going to take a short break. Don't go away. Welcome back to the final round of the 2019.1 South African simGP Series at Spa-Francorchamps. And we've got the pace lap underway. And of course it is Gabriel Rousseau leading the way for Ghostworks Racing. Ahead of Valente is Daniel Haynes. So Rousseau just upsetting the party there for Daniel Haynes of Valente Racing at the end. It's the 10th of a second in the dying minutes of qualifying. Bongi Mbida will start from 3rd position for RPM Sim Racing Team. And Timothy Haynes from 4th for the Ghostworks. Rudy Marais from 5th for Valente. Leslie Oliphant in 6th position for RPM. And while they do the pace lap, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship standings. And Leslie Oliphant currently leads by 5 points, but of course he hasn't had a drop week yet, and Timothy Haynes has. If you see at Mugello, Timothy Haynes did not start or finish the race. And so that means basically Timothy Haynes needs to win this race if he has a chance of winning the Drivers' Championship, and he needs Leslie Oliphant to finish 3rd or lower. And if Leslie Oliphant finishes 3rd, Timothy Haynes would take the championship with the number of victories. So he would have 2 against Leslie Oliphant's 1. So that's the Drivers' Championship status for the moment. Nick Hodgson there in 3rd position. He's still got a solid chance to finish 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. And in the Teams Championship, Valente Racing with a commanding lead ready with Daniel Haynes and Rudy Marais. And they just really need to finish the race this evening to take the Teams Championship. But back to on-track racing now. And Gabriel Rousseau now approaching the speed-up points to get this 46-lap race underway. Of course, this pace lap does count as 1 lap, so it's in fact 45 race laps. So Rousseau now gets this race underway. It's a good drive out of the corner. So it leaves a nice gap back to Daniel Haynes. And Bongi Mbida, but under pressure there from Timothy Haynes already. As we go through La Source for the first time under racing conditions. Difficult to get the power down on cold tyres now. But away we go towards Rouge. And pretty clean start for the moment. Lawrence Sterner there in 7th position. He's got Nick Hodgson for company. Cameron O'Connor, of course, on debut this evening. A real world racing driver, raced in the US Formula 4 Series Championship. And we've got Lawrence Sterner now having a go at Oliphant. Doesn't make the move stick, upside of it. But yes, O'Connor raced in US Formula 4. And he's raced in the South African Formula 1600 Series as well as our single-seater national championship. He currently races in the VW Polo Cup. It's great to have him with us and doing well, really. Acclimatizing very quickly throughout the weekend and finds himself in 9th position in Division 1, chasing down a well-experienced Nick Hodgson. And Connor looking to have a run at Hodgson if he can. He'll be looking to have a good run through Blanchimont, I think, trying to set up a move before the chicane. What can O'Connor do? He's in the slipstream. Of course, we've got Nick Hodgson ahead of us through Blanchimont now at over 320 kilometers an hour. Pick the braking point for the chicane. What does O'Connor do? No, he doesn't go for the move. In fact, Hodgson's slightly outbraked. No, Hodgson's going for a move around the outside of Sterner. Oh, in fact, slight lag incident there by O'Connor. Not too bad. Seems to have settled again. Looking for a move now. Oh, Hodgson really defensive. Dives across, covering off O'Connor. But O'Connor gets good drive now to La Source, side by side with Hodgson on the run to Eau Rouge. Is he going to pull a Mark Webber? Oh, he sticks in it around the outside. Wonderful racing, wow, but he have the toner up the Kimmel Straight. And looking for a move now into Lacombe. Here comes O'Connor up the inside. Hodgson trying to run with him. Oh, O'Connor's spun. I think he clipped the inside curb and has turned him around. Can't fault him for trying. And O'Connor now rejoins just behind Stephen Sparks in the red line racing car. Corner bred into the pits for whatever reason. And back to the front. Gabriel so disappearing at the front. Wow, 3.2 second lead back to Daniel Haynes. Haynes now under pressure from Bongi Mabhida. Mabhida now with the good run on Daniel Haynes. In the slipstream now. Daniel trying to cover him off. Here comes Mabhida. He's going to have a go up the inside. No, upside of it. Hodgson's fallen right back, of course, after the incident with O'Connor, but he's fallen further back now. He rejoins just behind Duggan. Seems to have gone off at Stavolo. Turn 16. Sterner's got Murray. What's happened to Murray? Looks like just a position change into the chicane. And into the pins comes O'Connor. That's interesting. Perhaps damage there for O'Connor. Wants to get that sorted out before he does the rest of the race, I'm sure. But back to the Mabhida battle with Daniel Haynes now. But Mabhida's actually falling back towards Timothy Haynes. Yeah, interesting as we look at the tyre choices for the start of this race. Rousseau's on the medium tyre, but Daniel's on the hard tyre. Mabhida on the medium too. So Daniel mixing things up here at the front there. Yes, he's got a 5-second deficit to Rousseau. But he might be able to go much longer in this race and really cause a mix-up towards the end. But under pressure now from Mabhida. Of course, what Rousseau wanted to know, you would want to open up the gap, the length of a pit stop, so when he comes out he rejoins in front of Haynes again. But Haynes is to just try and keep the pace and try and stay in front of this man Bongi Mabhida and wait for Mabhida and Haynes' tyres to go off. And the next hard tyre runner is in fact Leslie Oliphant, so watch out for Oliphant towards the end. So lots of different strategies at play this evening. Rudy Murray also on the hard tyre, so Volante feeling the hard tyre the way to go. Oh no, that's terrible. Daniel Haynes has turned around. Looks like it's just getting under braking wrong there. Oh, start contact with Sterner as well. Not too bad. So Daniel will be looking to compose himself now. The two Volante cars now together as Rudy Murray's teammate now pulls up behind him. And he has brought along Mark Hennebury in one of the Ghostworks entries. Because Rudy Murray now already put a move on teammate Daniel Haynes. Oh, Rudy Murray very aggressive. I think he's looking for the move. Will Daniel make it easy for him? Yes, he will. Through goes Rudy Murray. Perhaps Daniel Haynes' tyres would have taken a knock with that spin. Oh, we've got some action here. JP pulls through on Nick Hodgson as well. Mark Hennebury now as well. He's chasing down Daniel. And O'Connor's got Stephen Sparks for 13th. Comes a move from Mark Hennebury. No, upside of it. And of course, this is our Division 1 race this evening. We have the Division 2 race on Wednesday evening. And if you're keen to get in on the action, you're welcome to still sign up. There are just 2 races left in the championship, but still lots of action in the 2 races. The last Division 2 race of the simGP series And then we've still got the 2 division races of the simGP series at Road Atlanta next week. Here comes Mark Henry. Oh, he's locked up slightly. No, Daniel Haynes survives in 7th. Let's go on board with Mark Henry. On the run now down to Rouge, this famous corner. Raymond Duggan's got JP Pauls, I think, has an incident. He's fallen right back. Come now, 3rd gear. Up to 4th already for the corner. Short run to turn 10 now. You want to hug the apex as much as you can before straightening out the car, getting back on the power for Puyol. This is the 13-14 corners campus. Turn 15 now before turn 16 Stavolo. Very important in this corner to get a good driver. Oh, a big spin there. Oh, contact. Oh, Mark Henry going to pick up 3 positions there. Who's involved? Daniel Haynes, Rudy Murray, and Nick Hodgson, I think. No, Nick Hodgson's behind. Rudy Murray and Daniel Haynes, I think that is. Bongi Mabida has left the server, in fact. Looked like a server disconnected by Mabida. Off he goes. So our first retirement. Bongi Mabida in the RPM Netcare car. Rudy Murray outbrakes himself. Perhaps a bit of damage there from that incident. And he's actually going to peel off into the pits. There's the Oliphant now in 3rd position. And Oliphant, actually, as it stands now, would win the Drivers' Championship, but nothing is a given yet. These cars are terrifically difficult to drive. No traction control, no ABS. This runs 800 horsepower. And it's only lap 7 of 46. So needs to keep his composure at the front there, and but he's enjoying an 11-second lead at the moment. Oliphant now just 1.8 seconds behind Timothy Haynes. Daniel Haynes down to the pits, no doubt to repair some damage. I think both volunteer racing cars were involved in that Mabida incident. Hodgson now moves up to 6th position. Quake Claessens now has also left the server. Second retirement of the evening. And Daniel Haynes has rejoined the circuits with Cameron O'Connor on his tail. So Connor's really done a pit stop. And Daniel Haynes has opted for the hard tyre. O'Connor's on the medium tyre. And O'Connor needs to get past Daniel Haynes as soon as possible. And as before those hard tyres come towards Daniel Haynes. On board now with O'Connor in the slipstream. Will he go for a move up the inside? No, he won't. That gap between Timothy Haynes and Leslie Oliphant has gone up to 1.8 seconds now. Huge off there by O'Connor, just getting it wrong. If he goes into the barrier, is he going to continue? No, he calls it a nut. It's our third retirement already this evening. But it is Gabriel Rousseau now, leading by almost 13 seconds. He's got a bit of traffic in the form of Corno Bread in the Flying Gypsies car. But all going the way of Rousseau and Coastworks for the moment. Closest battle on track at the moment is Timothy Haynes and Leslie Oliphant. Gaps come slightly down now as Oliphant starts moving, making moves. And Timothy Haynes now moved away from Leslie Oliphant. Much better drive out of La Source. Daniel Haynes has put a move on Raymond Duggan. I think Duggan just went off and they're exiting the chicane. That gap now down to 1.4 seconds. Into the pits comes race leader Rousseau. So does fellow Ghostworks driver Timothy Haynes. Leslie Oliphant will stay out. Oliphant, of course, on the hard tyres. So this is getting very interesting. There's Oliphant going for the one-stopper, and Rousseau and Timothy Haynes are going for a two-stopper. So this is making it interesting now. Lawrence Sterner now finds himself in second position on the medium tyre. Let's see how long he goes for. But it still was very early of Rousseau to come in on lap 11 to change tyres. Perhaps he's looking at a three-stopper. But he'll be closely monitoring what the other drivers do, and perhaps he needs to extend his stints. But did he put the fuel in to do that, though? That is the question. Corner Bread just moving aside, respecting those blue flags. Nick Hodgson now into the pits from 6th position. On the medium tyres, Hodgson. But Sterner doing well. He's just a 10th down in his best delta so far. Our corner Bread now has left the server as well. Our 4th retirement of the evening. And Carl H, what happened to Gabriel? Gabriel did his first pit stop. And Oliphant and Sterner haven't come in yet. So has Timothy Haynes as well. So Mark Hennebury's on the soft tyre. Interesting. He hasn't come in yet either. Oliphant now pits from the lead of this race on lap 13. Perhaps he's thinking his hard tyre strategy is not the one to go for. He's coming early to rectify that. That leaves Lawrence Sterner now to the front. But for how long now? As Rousseau is bearing down on him. Oh, Rousseau is avoiding action. Almost runs into the back of Sterner. That can happen if you're in the slipstream for a very long time and then you don't realize how fast you're actually going. And he was doing about 322 km an hour there in 7th gear. Just got caught out perhaps by the dirty air from Sterner. Anyway, Sterner is away. He's got a 1.3 second lead now on Rousseau. Oliphant has rejoined in 3rd position. And he is on the... Is it the hard tyre? Let me check. Yes, he's back on the hard tyre. Rousseau with a great run over the chicane. Having a look for a move now up the inside. Where's Sterner? Sterner sees him coming. Oh, they make slight contact. Wow. And Rousseau does very well not to put it into the wall. But through goes Rousseau into the lead of this race. Certainly wasn't too much damage there to the front wings of both cars. So is immediately away. The gap shoots up to almost 2 seconds already. Perhaps we'll see Sterner come in shortly. Will he stay out and try and manage that gap to Oliphant? It's 13.4 seconds at the moment. In comes Sterner. Where's Oliphant? He's approaching the chicane. Chooses it easily past Sterner in the pits. Timothy Haynes is right there for company. It's Oliphant doing exactly what he needs to do to win this driver's title this evening. to join Jim Clark as one of the champions. Jim Clark of winning the simGT series as well as the Sim V8 drivers titles. And YeloDesignCo on way to join him as the drivers champion this season. So did a 51.878 that last lap. Let's see what YeloDesignCo is doing. YeloDesignCo crosses the line to do a 53.2, so about 2 seconds slower than Rousseau that last lap. So Rousseau really dominating at this stage. And yes, of course, YeloDesignCo made a mistake that last lap that we didn't see. Stern has rejoined the track in 4th position. 18 seconds ahead of Mark Henneberry. A big pity about our retirements there. Bread, O'Connor, Claessens, Mabida. 4 down, 11 remaining in this race. Gabriel 17 seconds ahead of second placed man Leslie YeloDesignCo. Coming up to some traffic. I think that's Raymond Duggan. Into the pits comes Stephen Sparks, they're in 10th position. So have a look at La Source. Pick up Lawrence Sterner now in 4th position. Timothy Hayes are creeping towards Leslie YeloDesignCo. The gap down to 1.5 seconds now. A bit of battle developing here between Daniel Haynes and Nick Hodgson over 6th position. Just a 0.7 of a second in it. On board now with Hodgson. Big lock up there from Daniel Haynes. Hodgson closes in. Hodgson very cautious on the loud pedal, leaving the chicane. You're in the slipstream of Daniel Haynes now, and the braking as well. Closes up. A good drive, now he's got it. Oh, he almost had it. Snaking left and right, trying to get the power down. And away goes Daniel Haynes. Oh, and Hodgson much quicker through a rouge. Hodgson, I think he was worried he's going to run into the back of the car. Took slight avoiding action. Rossona leading by over 20 seconds ahead of Les Oliphant. Timothy Haynes is right there with Oliphant, just a second in it. But Daniel Haynes and Nick Hodgson, very evenly matched there on lap 20. Hodgson battling again to get out of the source. And Haynes is through on Oliphant. So Oliphant's had an off, I think. He finds himself 11 seconds behind Timothy Haynes now. Just 2 seconds ahead of Lawrence Sterner. That was a big off there by Oliphant. He lost 12 seconds. Sterner now really making inroads towards Oliphant. A gap down to a second. So Oliphant struggling. Perhaps he wrecked his tyres in that last incident. So we didn't see what happened. It was off camera. Marcus Stone asks, where must Tim end up to win the championship? He has to win the race. And he needs Oliphant to finish in third. And then Tim would win on the number of victories. 2 against 1. Oliphant now 3.7 seconds ahead of Stoner. But just something happened now. I was looking at the Excel spreadsheet to work out the points to make sure I'm saying what I'm saying is correct. It is correct. But Oliphant still on way to do what he needs to do this evening. Mark Hennebury now. It's got Daniel Haynes for company. Ghostworks leads Volante. And Nick Hutchins right there as well. So nice three-way battle here for 5th position. Of course, Volante Racing also doing what they need to do to wrap up the Teams Championship this evening. Steven Sparks there moves aside to allow these battling three past. As we've hit the halfway stage of this race only. Hennebury feeling the pressure now. Hennebury on the medium tyre, Daniel Haynes on the hard tyre, and Nick Hodgson on the medium tyre. Comes Daniel Haynes now. Mark Hennebury goes defensive. And Hennebury survives. Good driving by both of them. Nick Hodgson watches on just behind. Hennebury. Oh, and Hodgson's got a run on Daniel Haynes. Haynes slide. Oh, and Nick Hodgson to take avoiding action. Just lost a bit of ground, but he survives. And Gabriel Rousseau in the pits now from the lead of this race. Oh, and Hodgson gets it all wrong. Oh, big damage there, I think. Will they keep going? Yes, he will. Steven Sparks will fly by a lap down, of course. Timothy Haynes also into the pits. And Rousseau is rejoining the lead of this race. Timothy Haynes rejoins in 4th position. Oliphant goes to 2nd, Sterner goes to 3rd. Nick Hodgson into the pits now. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-stop or even a 4-stop strategy in this race. Hodgson's into the pits there, and Murray's gone by into 7th. There's Oliphant now to the pits as well. So Oliphant not really making that hard tyre go longer than the medium tyre. Stoner now moved to second position. Legend of Super Rose. What if Tim is second and Oliphant drops to fifth? So we'll look quickly. If that would happen, then Oliphant would win the championship. 186 to 184 points. So he'd win by 2 points if that had to happen. So Timothy Andre needs to win this race if he is to win the championship. That's just how it works out with the drop week in play. Which always complicates things, I know. So at this stage, no real battles to speak of, besides the Drivers' Championship, of course, but big gaps throughout the field. Well, Henry Rue asks a final question now. Will Rousseau wait for Tim if the championship is on the line? Well, that's the big question in my mind. But yeah, as far as I know, there's no team orders at Ghostworks. But perhaps if the championship is on the line at the stage, if I was team principal, that's what I would tell the guys to do. Whether Rousseau has got communication with the rest of the team during this race, I do not know. But then I suppose we have to wait to see. We're only on lap 28 of 46. And still plenty can happen. But as it stands now, Oliphant is going to win this Drivers' Championship. But of course, you've got that unknown fact there, Lawrence Stern, and they're sort of disrupting the scene at the front. So it was somewhat of a dark horse. He's got a lot of talent as Lawrence Sterner. We've seen it throughout the season. And it's showing up again here in this final round of the GP series. And I think Lawrence Sterner is going to be another driver to look out in the coming seasons, I think. Timothy Haynes has taken 2 seconds out of Sterner. The gap not coming down really quick enough, I don't think. Can Sterner hold off Timothy Haynes until his next pit stop? That's going to be interesting. There's already fun there, just putting a lap on Raymond Duggan. Daniel Haynes onto the pits from 5th position. And Lawrence Sterner now under severe pressure from Timothy Haynes. I think Sterner made a mistake. Perhaps getting the power down out of La Source. It's cost him. Of course, Leslie Oliphant will be wanting Sterner to keep Timothy Haynes behind him as much as possible. And Oliphant's only what a good 8 seconds behind these two. But for how long can Sterner keep ahead of him? It's the question. Timothy Haynes now in the slipstream. A sneaky look up the inside. There's JP Paul now into the pits from 11th. Oh, Haynes got great drive at the chicane. Sterner goes defensive, placing his car well. Can Timothy Haynes get the slingshot now out of the La Source? Oh, Sterner gets away well as JP Paul rejoins the circuit. Just behind them. And Sterner's got a good gap there back to Timothy Haynes. Should survive this Kemmel straight run. And Oliphant now just 6.5 seconds now behind Timothy Haynes. Now, are we going to see the powers that be at Ghostworks try and disrupt things for Oliphant? We shall find out. But for the moment now, Lawrence Turner really spoiling the party for Timothy Haynes. And Oliphant now just 6 seconds now behind these two. And as TX3 Ulti there says, Oliphant gained 2 seconds that lap alone. Timothy Haynes just needs to be a bit patient now, not do anything too radical. Again, Sterner does well into the chicane and the braking. Oh, Timothy Haynes now, good drive again. Sterner goes defensive. And Timothy Haynes is going to want to straighten his car as soon as possible. Oh, great move there. Timothy Haynes, I think he's through already, is he? Well, they're side by side, Sterner not giving it. Oh, he just hit the brakes there last second. And through goes Timothy Haynes into the lead of this race. Can Sterner come back at him now? He's in the slipstream. Here comes Sterner. He's coming back at Timothy Haynes up the inside. Sterner's got absolutely nothing to lose. Timothy Haynes has everything to lose. Mark Hennebrey into the pits now from 5th position. No, Timothy Haynes survives in 2nd position. But Oliphant's just 4 seconds now behind Sterner. Lap 31 of 46. Mark Hennebrey into the pits. Of course, as I said, Daniel Haynes and Rudy Murray do pass him into 5th and 6th positions respectively. But a great move there by Timothy Haynes. Great driving by Lawrence Sterner as well. He realized what was going to happen and he just touched the brakes. Gabriel Rousseau now leading by 40 seconds ahead of Timothy Haynes. Very dominant run here by the Ghostworks driver. Approaching Nick Hodgson now to put a lap on him. And Oliphant Scott Sterner for 3rd position. I think Sterner's had an off. Yes, he has. Recovering there. Stavolo. Oh, watch the tyres, Lawrence. Oh, into the wall he goes as well. He gets it going again. Oh, that's unfortunate there for Lawrence Sterner. He rejoins, what, 14 seconds behind Olifant. So the Pins comes down to repair that damage, no doubt. Timothy Haynes at a 53.1 that last lap. Olifant with a 53.6. Haynes quicker than Olifant at this stage by half a second. Gabriel Senna coming up to fellow Ghostworks driver Mark Hennebury to put a lap on him. Hennebury is in 7th position. To the pits comes Rudy Murray for Valente Racing in 6th position. Hennebury moves aside for Rousseau, as expected. And Rousseau's actually increased his lead to 42 seconds now. Legend of Super asked if Rousseau wins, where is he in the championships, JHJ? I think he's well done. Rob, he didn't do too many races this season. Currently is in 26th position. So if he wins, he might be 15th in the championship or so, something like that. That race, actually, in fact, I only did one race. I think it was the opening race at Monza. That's right. Return to the pits now, lap 35. Where's Timothy Haynes? He is right down, approaching Stavolo now. So is rejoined. Timothy Haynes down to the pits from second. So there's the Oliphant. Timothy Haynes and Oliphant now rejoined in front of Lawrence Sterner. It's 5 seconds now between Haynes and Oliphant, which I think was about what they had when they came in. Battle developing for 6th position here between Hennebury and Hodgson. Just 10 laps remaining now. And also you asked there, why did Oliphant take the hards? It's a good question. I wonder if he went to the mediums, he'll be a lot quicker. Perhaps he's just not confident on the tyre. He doesn't like the feel of it or the way it lasts. But if he's done all his setup on the hard tyre and he doesn't know what pressures to use for the medium tyre, then yeah, I can understand why he wants to stick to the hard tyre and remain on the safe side. But yeah, good question. Into the pits comes Hodgson now from 7th. Really Moreno in 8th position. So he goes past Hodgson into 7th he goes. Stephen Sparks, hardly seen him this race. Stephen's currently in 10th position for Redline Racing. Good looking car, the number 531. He's currently 19 seconds behind Black Widow's Raymond Duggan. This is JP Paul. Oh, and I just caught him as he got into a spin. He'll thank me for that later. Paul spins the 11th position. Just to safely rejoin, that's all. He's well positioned to do that. Some great insight here from Boggy Mabida. Lap deltas are identical per stint. Obviously talking between the medium and the hard tyre. Hards have no drop off in pace towards the end of the stint, where mediums are 1 to 2 to 1.5 seconds slower towards the end of the stint. So it balances out really. So as things stand now, Timothy Haynes, if he finishes in second position, he will finish second in the championship, 3 points behind Leslie Oliphant, if Oliphant finishes in third as well. So as things stands now, Leslie Oliphant won the Drivers' Championship by 3 points. But there are still 17 laps remaining. Sorry, 6 or 7 laps remaining, not 17. Thanks, Rob. That's correct. Thanks for the correction. Beg your pardon. I was wondering if I got the number of laps correct for the 90 minutes as well, so I'm grateful. It's just 6 laps remaining. As things stand now, it will be Daniel Haynes will finish in 3rd position for Volante Racing. So Haynes, if things stay the way they are now, will get 3rd in the championship with 178 points. Nick Cotton currently in 3rd, but he's short of 2 points to Daniel Haynes. Yeah, race leader is so now 43 seconds ahead of Timothy Haynes. Dominance by Rousseau this evening. And Oliphant is actually falling back from Timothy Haynes about 2 seconds or so, I think. I think the Teams Championship in the simGP series is not wrapped up yet, Rob. Let's check that again. But the Drivers Championships, yeah, after tonight will be wrapped up. So for the simGP Teams Championship, we still have, I think, a couple of teams in play there. Redline, Valkyra, Rebel Ghostworks, and RPM Netgear, I think, still have a chance. Let's just do the maths again to see what would happen. But that Teams Championship not wrapped up just yet. But otherwise, everything else is. Crypto Carl, if I answer that question, then I would give away what car we will use next season. So I'm not going to answer that question just yet. Or will be revealed in good time. Great to have Gabe Rousseau back in the simGP series. What a sim racer is Gabe Rousseau. I'm looking forward to seeing, he's literally on fire, his exhausts are on fire, just to prove my point. And very interested to see what his consistency percentage is after this race. To answer your question, Marcus, yes, Rebel Ghost 6 does have a chance to win the simGD Teams Championship. Very much so. And with 2 laps remaining, we've got a battle here between Mark Hennebury and Rudy Murray. These two meet again. Murray there, really late on the brakes, trying to off-put Hennebury, but he sees it coming. Oh, yes, spin by Rudy Murray. Nice burnout as well. He's lost ground there, Hennebury. Not sure if he's going to get that back in the 2 laps remaining. And Gabriel so started the penultimate lap of the 2019.1 simGP series. There's all the fun. Doing what he needs to do to wrap up this driver's title. Just a lap and a half remaining now. What a tight championship fight it has been. So has started the final lap. He goes up, as I say, up the Kimmel Straight, because it literally is up. He was quite steep actually. I've been there and looked from the bottom and looked up and gone, wow, that's incredible. Oh, wow. Rousseau is slowing down. Rousseau has slowed. He's just taking it easy, or is he waiting for Timothy Haynes? I'm not sure. Oh, do we have a shake-up at the end here? But Rousseau definitely is running much slower than what he can be doing. Is Rousseau waiting for Timothy Haynes to hand him the driver's title? Or is Rousseau just really enjoying his last lap? So Timothy Haynes now 22 seconds behind Rousseau now. And he's really crawling around. Where's Timothy Haynes? Approaching Stavelo now. Is Rousseau running out of petrol? Running out of fuel? That could be as well. It's quite possible. But he's slowing right down. And he is going to hand the title to Timothy Haynes. And Timothy Haynes will come through to win the driver's title for the 2019 South African simGP Series. Wow, big shake-up drama here on the final lap at Spa-Francorchamps. But it is the team game. And Leslie Oliphant will come third in this race. Daniel Haynes will finish in 4th position. For Volante Racing, Lawrence Sterner will thoroughly deserved 5th position for Lawrence Sterner. What a drive by him, improving all the time. And Rudy Morea will come through to secure the team's championship for Volante Racing. It'll be Volante Racing's debut championship here in the simGP series in 2019.1. Congratulations to him and Daniel Haynes. Big congratulations to Timothy Haynes for wrapping up the 2019.1 South African simGP series title, of course. Lawrence Sterner doing us a burnout to wrap up the season with. And Nick Hodgson will get 7th. Mark Henry 8th. Raymond Duggan 9th. Stephen Sparks got 10th position. JP Paul will come through in 11th position to wrap up this race. Well, drama on the final lap gives the driver's title to Timothy Haynes. And it's been an incredibly tight championship throughout. And big congratulations to our championship winners. Once again, Timothy Haynes, the driver's title, and Volante Racing, the team's championship. Well, from me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for watching throughout the season. It's been a pleasure hosting this simGP series. And we look forward to the new season as well. So until the next Monday for the final round of the South African simGP series at Road Atlanta, where the driver's title has been decided already. Jim Clark wrapping that up already in the last round, but the team's championship still all to play for with 3 teams in the running, I think that is. And until then, all the best. Goodbye.